How much farther, Lieutenant?
I don't know, a mile, 10 miles, 1,000?
I don't like this rain. If only we knew how far it is to the sun dome, I'd feel better.
The lieutenant looked up. He had a face that once had been brown, and now the rain had washed it pale. And the rain had washed the color from his eyes, and they were white, as were his teeth, and as was his hair.
How many trillions of years since it stopped raining here on Venus?
Don't be crazy, it never stopped raining here on Venus. I never saw a minute or even a second when it wasn't pouring.
It's like living underwater.
Well, we better get going. We'll find that sun dome yet.
It's an hour or so.
Now you're lying to me, Lieutenant.
No, now I'm lying to myself.
They walked down the jungle trail, now and then looking at their compasses. There was no direction anywhere, only what the compass said. There was a gray sky and rain falling, and jungle in a path. And far back behind them somewhere, a rocket in which they had ridden and fallen. A rocket in which lay two of their friends, dead in dripping rain. Wait just a moment, I thought I saw something ahead.
The sun dome?
I'm not sure. Simmons began to run.
Come back, Simmons!
Somehow they had circled back and were where they had started. In the ruin of the ship, green fungus was growing up out of the mouths of the two dead men. As they watched, the fungus took flower, the petals broke away in the rain, the fungus died.
An electrical storm must be nearby. Threw our compasses off.
Here she is!
Lie down, everyone!
Run!
Get down, you fool!
The man who leapt up was now running, like someone in the great hall of pillars. He ran and dodged between the pillars, and then at last a dozen of the pillars slammed down.
I shouldn't have jumped up.
There it is!
There's what?
The sun dome! They reached the door of the sun dome, laughing. The sun dome was empty and dark. There was no synthetic yellow sun floating in a high gaseous whisper at the center of the blue ceiling. There was no food waiting, and through 1,000 holes which had been newly punctured in the ceiling, water streamed. The rain slashed through the holes and fell upon the three men's faces.
I don't suppose we can plug up all those holes and get snug here.
Without food, sir, I noticed the sun machine's torn apart. Our best bet is to make our way to the next sun dome. How far is that from here?
Not far. They built too close together. Picard!
Picard's eyes dilated, his mouth was open, his face turned up so the water hit and splashed on his tongue, and hid and drowned the wide eyes, and bubbled in a whispering froth at the nostrils.
Picard! We're leaving. We're going on. Follow us. Do you hear me, Picard?
Leave him alone. It's no good to us or himself. You know what he'll do. He'll just stand here and drown.
But we can't leave Picard here.
I'll show you what we can do. Don't move, Lieutenant. I got my gun ready for you, too.
But you killed him.
Yes, because he'd have killed us by being a burden. Saw his face. Insane. We miscalculated.
No, another hour.
Speak louder, by Christ, my ears.
Can't you hear anything?
What?
Nothing, come on.
I think I'll wait here. You go on ahead.
You can't do that.
I can't hear you. You go on. I'm tired.
You can't give up now.
I got a gun here that says I'm staying.
Simmons!
You said my name. I can read that much off your lips. Look, either I die now or in a few hours. When do you get to the next sun dome if you ever get there and find rain coming in through the roof? Won't that be nice? The lieutenant waited and then splashed off in the rain. He didn't even hear the sound of the gun. The yellow light grew very bright, and he began to run again. He stood before the yellow door. He put his numb hand up to feel it. Then he twisted the doorknob and stumbled in. The rain continued. It was a hard rain, a perpetual rain, a sweating and steaming rain. It was a mizzle, a downpour, a fountain, a whipping at the eyes, an undertow at the ankles. It was a rain to drown all rains in the memory of rains. It shrank men's hands into the hands of wrinkled apes. It rained a solid glassy rain, and it never stopped.